I'm joined now by Victor Gao. He is chair professor at Soochow University and a current affairs commentator. Victor, high-quality development has always been at the forefront of China's growth. What more does Xi Jinping have in mind for a modernized economy?
Thank you very much for having me. I think President Xi Jinping really emphasized the overall direction for Chinese economic development in the coming 5 years and beyond. I think China by now has already achieved a very big size as far as its economy is concerned. The next step is really to put more substance to the size itself, so that the Chinese economy will really be very sophisticated and very advanced, especially in technological terms, with a big emphasis on innovation and creativity, so that China will really transform itself from, let's say, made in China to designed in China and patented in China and invented in China. This is truly a very revolutionary transformation of China yet to be made. And this will also ensure that the Chinese economy will be more sustainable and the connection between China and the rest of the world will be more enhanced.
She also said the CPC, quote, succeeded in advancing and expanding Chinese modernization in the new era. Then he goes on to say that it is, quote, rooted in China and is suited to the country's realities. Explain for us, what does that mean?
Well, first of all, no one denies that over the past 44 years, China has completely transformed itself through political and economic reforms and opening to the outside world. By now, China is already the second largest economy in the world, and China is the largest manufacturing country. China has the biggest industrial output overall, and China is becoming the largest trading nation in the world with the largest domestic market. Now, all this is really achieved through years upon years of continuous reform and without having any complacency. However, going forward, I think China really needs to demonstrate not only to the Chinese people, but the people in the whole world, that it is very much open-minded. It does not have an ideology or political system to export, and China will not only win the overwhelming support of the Chinese people, but eventually will get more and more understanding from countries in the world, not only from developing and emerging economies, but also increasingly from the developed world, because China has demonstrated that it is a force for peace and development and growth. And China has no interest in entering into a Cold War with any other country. For example, China does not set up alliance between itself and any other country in the world, because China wants to have maximum flexibility to promote peace rather than to be tainted by war.
All right, Victor Gao, always great to get your take. Thank you so much for joining us from Beijing.
Thanks for having me. Thank you. Bye-bye.